good morning, everyone. Wanted to do a Kill Lord of the Rings Online stream today. I thought it would be interesting to kind of see if an old man can learn how to play the Warden class. My understanding is that it is very complex and requires a lot of memorization, a lot of fast hands, if you will. I thought it would be fun to give this a go and see if I'm able to do anything at all with this class. We're starting here in Mossward, and we don't have any quests yet, so we're gonna take our first quest here. I did do the intro, and let's see how this goes.
Some of Mossward's residents sustained injuries we cannot heal.
So we will mourn for them later, but now we must focus upon those we can still help. Lend your hand to a small bundle of bandages and a pouch of bitter-smelling salve. This is the last of my supplies, but there is no reason to save them for another day. Bring these bandages and this salve to the injured residents nearby. It is my hope that their hurts will not prove serious, and they will ease the pain of their injuries. I can absolutely do that. All about helping people on the chill stream. Let's see. Alright. This guy's having a rough day.
Thank you for aiding the people of Mossward.
The people of Mossward sometimes look down upon the rangers who were once my kin, but they do welcome their aid when it is offered. My former chieftain Strider may say the distrust of such folk does not bother him, but if that is true, he's a better man than I am. A pained look crosses. I'm not really sure. I'm probably kind of mess up a lot of these names. Across his face. This is true for many reasons. RelaxedRicotta. I have not called the Dunedin my kin for some time now, but I would never question Strider's integrity or his courage. But look here, the Uruk that led this band has something in his hand. See if you can't wrest it from his grip. Alright.
Let's see if this parchment holds any clues for us.
Melander briefly studies the crumpled parchment, but then he looks up disappointed. I cannot read much of this. If this were an ordinary day, I would be grateful to have no reason to understand the black speech. But on this day, it is a cause for frustration. Hold, RelaxedRicotta. What has happened to this Uruk's blade? It did not fall far from his body, unless my eyes were somehow deceived. Oh, the sword is lost. Okay.
What do you want, stranger? No, I am not giving you this sword.
It's much better than the wooden sword I was using before. I found it and it belongs to me. My father says that when you're in a battle, you get to keep the spoils, and I stood up to those Urks even when the town guard wouldn't. If anyone should get to keep the Urk's blade, it's me. Well, wait a moment. You're an adventurer, right? If you promise to help train me in the adventuring arts, maybe I'll give you the sword. I'm not saying I will, you understand. I'm saying maybe. It'll depend on how good your training is. But what is my first lesson, stranger? What's the first thing I need to know to become an adventurer? Find the defeat circle located to the north of Mossward. You explain that adventuring is dangerous work, and sooner or later your morale is likely to run out. When that happens, you will find yourself at one of the many defeat circles scattered around the land. Very funny, stranger. I know that fighting is dangerous. That's why I will try not to fight enemies that look to be beyond my capabilities. But sometimes it's unavoidable, I suppose. And when that happens, if I'm defeated, I'll find myself at the nearest defeat circle to where I fell in battle? Okay. So when we die, we go to the defeat circle. I suppose you don't die if you just run out of morale. But maybe that's the point there.
Scardy spends more time fixing horseshoes than he does forging swords.
I mean, no insult, Scardy, but it's true. What use does an adventurer have with a shop like this? You explain that an adventurer engages in combat, equip weapons and armor, sustain durability damage, and folks such as Scardy Bendblade are able to repair them so that you can keep using them. Additionally, shopkeepers throughout Middle-earth can sell an adventurer all sorts of items and equipment that will aid you on your journey. Scardy clears his throat and speaks up. That all cost coins, horseshoes, and swords alike. But if that raid is a sign of things to come, I think the sword might become more in demand than they have been until now. This quest gives me a horse. I have a horse already. Okay. Find the training dummy. All right.
Now this is more like it.
I'm gonna pick a line here. Blue, red, or yellow.
If you impress me, maybe I'll give you this Uruk sword. That was all right, I guess. One more. Show me one more skill.
Warning shot.
That was pretty good, I suppose.
Alright, so I have to take the blade back to the ranger. I just got a bunch of abilities. Pick up this quest while we're here.
You are an adventurer. My husband was once like you, but he gave it up to settle down.
My husband was once like you, but he gave it up to settle down and have a family. Never looked back. But I do not need of an adventure today. If you're interested in helping me, my husband has lost a boot. Well, it's not just any boot, it's his favorite. And it would be a shame to discard the remaining one just because he misplaced its mate. He lost it walking out by the edge of the Wade Water to the north, and upon getting stuck in the mud, it just came free of his foot. If you can find it and bring it back to me, I would really appreciate it. Absolutely, I can do that. What is this? And this, okay. A forced taunt. And okay. So 1/1 is direct damage. 1/3 is direct damage. So this is a lot more damage than this. All right. Okay, so it seems we just use 1/3. Okay. 1/3.
Mossward is a quiet town. It has always been a quiet town.
I want you to understand something. Something that may be hard to believe given the events of last night. Mossward is a quiet town. It has always been a quiet town. Winters can be hard if we don't fill the storehouse with sufficient food. It's been many years since the folk of Mossward failed in their preparations. Mostly we've had to worry about the wolves of howling stones growing over bold and straying too near the walls. But the Urks loose in the Swan Fleet have changed all of that. What will we do if another war captain like Madthrug brings his band to Mossward? Could they remain hidden from our watchtowers until they were nearly upon us, as they did before? Beyond Howling Stones to the southeast, a hill rises above the plain. And I ask you to go to that hill and look out into the distance. You may not see anything, but even that would be good for me to know. If you can go and scout the area, absolutely.
Could I speak with you a moment?
Tending the herd. These poor creatures are still recovering from the shock of what happened the other day. We all are, really. They could use a little attention. But alas, I cannot pet all the animals at once. But such attention often helps to calm their nerves. Would you take a little time out of your day to reassure some of these creatures? Is there a dog? Do we get to get a dog? Alright. Hello, chicken. There you go. And
What do you
quest
need?
complete. Okay.
You look pretty tough to me. You're not scared of anything, are you?
Do not run out of time before reaching the correct location. Okay. Okay. boars. And they didn't attack me though. Alright. What was that? Oh, squirrel. Okay. Alright. The dare. Okay. So if I remember correctly, I think there's two main starting areas for... I need to run back. Okay. I believe there's two major starting areas for Lord of the Rings Online. Here and then I guess Bree, maybe. That's probably wrong. But when I created this character, I chose the, I believe it was called the Before the Shadow intro, which led me here. The mount is because I am free to play. I did play Lotro years and years ago, so I definitely have some things like I have a mount and already and things like that. I don't. If you were to just start a free to play account today, I think you would get the horse from that one quest, but I don't think that you would get a boar. I don't want to stop. I'm on a time quest.
You made it! You are not going to believe this.
Do not run out of time. So, okay. So I cannot turn in these other quests because these are timed. You know, I would think, well, maybe that's why they give you a mount now at the beginning, because this would be really difficult if you did not have a mount. If you had to run this on foot, I wonder if you would actually make it. Probably. I guess you would probably make it in time. Deed bestowed. Alright. Okay. So while I'm playing, I have to remember, or try and remember all the mechanics of the game. So highlighting on the quest highlights it on my map where it is. Very nice. Okay. I get the shovel. I run back. Okay. Ouch. This is not very nice. I would like to go. I would like to go boar hunting. Hopefully soon. like the way all of the grass and all of that looks. It looks nice. I like it.
Welcome back. I am less surprised this time.
Have you been to the Sturvales?
I was once a traveler, but I met my wife here and Joe's family. I never made it out as far as the Storvales. I've heard fascinating tales from my friend of a floating village overlooking the river. I would have loved to witness this place. If you'd like to see it for yourself, you can talk to my friend Larry. Or Leary? You'll find her southeast of here, past the Howling Stones in a town called Clareger. Okay.
Hello, friend. Could you help me with something?
Deliver food. Absolutely. Would love to deliver food to people. This gentleman.
I hope these dark days will soon be behind us.
Well met, adventurer. On behalf of the people of Lon Garen, I thank you for all that you've done for our new neighbors here in Mossward. I wish we'd been able to fight alongside them, but we weren't aware of the attack until after it was repelled. Still, we will be sure to help them rebuild. You've never heard of Lon Garen, you say? I would expect not, as we only recently built it. As such, if you have settled your matters in Mossward, I would invite you to visit us north of here, along the Wadewater. We had to leave much behind when we left Dunland, and winter approaches quickly. Speak to our leader. I'm sure he'll have plenty of work for an adventurer. Says 2 quests to take me away from here, so I have 2 other zones that I need to go to now.
I've heard there are many uses to which unassuming objects might be put.
Alright, these are the birds. Collect bird feathers. I've heard there are many uses to which unassuming objects might be put, and one of these seemingly ordinary items is in great supply just outside Mossward. I speak of the Krebin that troubles the hills just to the north. If you defeat some of the winged pests and bring me their feathers, doubt not that you will marvel at the wide variety of potential uses those feathers might be put. And it will do the town some good to have fewer of the Krebin hassling travelers along the Old South Road. Some folk whisper that the birds spy for orcs and other evil creatures, but I do not have any proof of that. Interesting.
Greetings, friend.
Lunch has arrived. Your lunch is here.
Greetings, friend.
I didn't hear you singing, actually. It's okay. I can get this quest now.
You recovered the Uruk blade from Tegwin before he hurt himself. Very well done. I have been away
I was once of the Dunedain, my friend, the Rangers of the North, and one of their several charges was to safeguard these lands and the people from harm. Their duties, well, they are likely as far away as they have always been, and not my concern any longer. I will not speak of those today, but a peaceful village has been attacked and some of its people slain. Will you help me replenish my supplies of the healing herb called King's Foil, and defeat any of the creatures nearby that may threaten Mossward? You will know King's Foil by its sweet smell and the feel of its leaves. Look for it on the rolling hills to the east of the village. I can do that. Your lunch is here.
Hello there.
Stay a moment.
Defeat the warg at Howling Stones. I can do that, absolutely. Alright, quests appear.
How can I be of service?
Your lunch is here.
Hello there.
Thanks for helping out. You are welcome. Absolutely. Alright, we need to get birds. And okay. Do we need to get wolves? One, three. Okay. What does this do? Okay. 2, 3 increases parry. 2, 1 is a heal. 1, 3 is attack. 1, 2 interrupts. So 2, 3 increases defense. 2, 1 heals me. And then 1, 3. Okay. So 2, 3. 2, 1. Okay. So I want to increase my defense. 2, 3. Then I'm gonna heal myself. And then damage. that's a long time. Okay. So kill myself. And then do damage. Okay. Alright, so I can do my buff, and then I can attack. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to mentally check. Is my buff up? Yes. Practice a heal. They're dying really fast. Okay. Let's start with a heal then. 2-1. 2-1. And then I'm going to attack. Oh. And then I'm going to attack. 1-3. Alright. Defeat the ward. Find the missing boot. Do I have anything that's close? Okay. Red ring this way. Oh, what is this? I'm gonna defend. Nope, that's heal. 2-3. It's defense. I don't see anything new. Okay. Fist of Gambit. Okay. So defense is 2-3. So we're gonna start because I don't have my defense up. So the heal is a heal all the time. Alright. I will get it. So I just wonder if it's used the gambits to increase your defense, and then once your defensive buffs are up, then you just do damage. Here. Is there a boot? There's a boot. I have found it. So when I was looking at this class on the wiki, oh, what is this? Okay. When I was looking at this class on the wiki, I think that the challenge is that all of your skills are combinations of the buttons, and then you basically just have to memorize however many skills there are. And you can't see them, right? They're not going to be on the bar like this, so you just have to know what they are. My assumption, and I could be totally wrong, is that you're going to kind of have go-tos, right? You're going to have a couple that you just kind of use over and over and over again, and those are going to be your main gambits. At least that's kind of my hope to the process. Oh, King's Foil, I need this. So someone had suggested a setting in the game that moves the camera automatically when I go up and down hills. So I am testing that out. And just kind of as a way to use my mouse less. And we'll see how it goes. It's odd. It might be the best way once I get used to it. So I wanted to give it a good try. Okay, defense is up. Scout beyond. Okay, yeah, I'd like to battle some wargs. That didn't work. Because I was getting to the point I wasn't really able to see if my defense was up. Okay. Let's try it this way. Alright. I wonder... It's almost more difficult to see over there. I wonder if I should place this right next to his bar. Like this. Is that... I wonder if that's better. Okay, I think that that is better. Treasure. Oh, the warg is in here. Okay, a backpack. Get the backpack. I brought this up. All right. Let's follow the tracks. It's a big wolf. All right. I hope that I didn't mess anything up by helping that person. Okay. All right. Defense is up. And then heal. More wolves. All right. I'm not sure what the blue is around the mobs now since I fought the ward. Maybe the wolves are stronger now. No defense. Or any defenses. Scout Beyond. I think this works better over here. the hill. Alright. This is not the hill. Oh, here it is. That's good. The road is quiet. Warg Slayer.
The raid on Mossward by that band of Uruks has left our defenses in a terrible state, friend.
If it wouldn't be too much trouble, can I ask you to collect fallen branches from the bases of trees outside of town? With them, we'll be able to patch up holes in the outer palisade and replace some of the wood burned during the attack. I know it does not sound like a very important task, but it would truly be a big help to us. With so many good folk injured and slain during the raid, this gentleman thinks we should focus on the small things we can do something about. I suppose, oh, that's not, okay, someone else suggested that. Sorry about that. Collect branches, we can do that.
Mossward is not the only village in Swanfleet. The stable master can help you check on the others.
Thank you for the King's Foil and for helping dissuade some of the more aggressive creatures from straying too near the village. Against such beasts, Elry and Bevan and the others of the guard are more than a match, but against Urks I fear they will be outclassed. The question now is whether Madbrook's band was alone, or if there are others of his kind waiting for their next chance to strike. Mossward's not the only village in Swanfleet, and I ask you to check on the stores who live nearby. Visit the stable master here in the village for a quick means of traveling to the village. Okay. We're not done here, though. So, I don't have a reason to leave just yet.
Might I take a moment of your time?
The King's Foil herb works wonders. We're grateful that Melandir shared his knowledge with us, though I wish he didn't wait until crisis to do so. In any case, we need more if we hope to continue treating the injured with such efficacy. Alright, so collect more. Got it.
All appears quiet? That is good, but I will not relax my guard. You know the road that passes through Swanfleet, of course.
Find the intersection of the track that leaves the north gate of Mossward and the Old South Road. There are not as many travelers as there once were, but Mossward is still a sheltered place for rest who come this way. I'll check out that road. Did I get anything new? What is this? Max target 10. 3, 2. Precise blow 3, 1. Okay, so 3, 1. This is max. This is one target. So 3, 1 is one target, and 3, 2 is area of effect. So this one does hit harder, but this one does a group. 3132. So 16 damage every 3 seconds for 21 seconds. That seems like that's a long time. Okay. Okay. But it does take a couple of ticks to equal what I'm getting out of this. And then this is just always going to be if there's more than one mob. My defense is the same, my heal is the same. Okay.
You found it. He is going to be so happy.
I have found the boot. You should bring it to him. He used to be an adventurer, you know, and he traveled far and wide helping folk with their problems. Sometimes I think he fills the head of our boy with too many tales of his old adventures. But maybe if he hears about some of yours, it will satisfy his appetite for the things. I think he's by the north gate wearing his old leather shoes. I have your boot.
What is this?
He doesn't want the boot.
That boot was one half of a pair that was dearest to my heart. They were my adventuring boots.
They represent a life that I gave up to settle down with my wife. Now I only want to relive those days by telling tales of my exploits to my son. Now these boots are my least favorite, for they remind me of those days, and sometimes the memory's painful. I thought I would lose one of them better than have Winna think I regret the choice I made to settle down. Find a hobbit in the village. I have a lot of quests to go to this other village. The life of a guard. Oh. Collect branches. Hello, boar. Let's test out 3-1 single target. 3-2 AoE. There we go. Oh, I didn't get to use it. Here's a raider right here. No? Yeah. Get rid of him. Oh, nice. Let's get some branches next. very peaceful here.
There you are. Let us see those feathers.
They really are quite dirty, aren't they? No matter, these will serve very nicely for making quills. Do you just dip this part into your ink? No, there's a bit too much give on the feather here. Well, perhaps as a paintbrush. It feels like the ridges here on the end would leave streaks, doesn't it? Maybe it's an arrow? See how it compares to these arrows of mine. Rather poorly, I suppose. These scowls? Still many fine uses. Mayhap I will put them all in a sack and see how it serves as a pillow.
But such musings will have to wait. For winter is approaching and autumn doesn't last.
I get the boar meat. Okay. So we'll stop here for today. It's been about an hour. And I would like to keep these to about an hour apiece. I'll bid you all a wonderful day today. And I'll see you in the next recording.